Hello everyone, so today I'm going to share with you some of the myths that I hear about asthma from both patients and parents of patients. So first of all, what is asthma? Everybody knows asthma is a lung disease, but really what is it? In the most general terms, asthma is just your airway being extra. So in the event that it comes in contact with a trigger, dust, pollen, pet dander, smoke, strong perfume, what will happen is that an asthmatic airway will tighten up and it will also become inflamed. So the whole thing becomes very narrow, air doesn't come back out well, and if it stays long enough, it doesn't go in well either. So what are some of the myths that I hear about asthma that I really wish you guys would let go of, because those myths can lead to making decisions that can turn an asthma attack fatal. 1. I used to be asthmatic as a child, but I'm not asthmatic anymore. That's not true. You're still asthmatic. Even though you haven't had symptoms for a while, you're still asthmatic. In the event that you come in contact with that trigger again, your airway can do the same amount of extra behavior it used to do as a child. Second one, I hear this from parents of asthmatic children. They will say, oh yeah, him father smoke, or him mother smoke, or him grandfather smoke, but when I met them smoking, I house around him, so it not gonna affect him. That's a lie. Smoke particles tend to get trapped in fibers of clothing, in your hair. If you notice people who smoke, you can tell when they've been smoking because they smell like it. Even if you go up to them afterwards, they still smell like smoke. If you can smell the smoke, that means there are particles around, and that means they can affect your airway as well. And you can do that for a child. Third one, not taking the corticosteroids. Now, what are corticosteroids? Most asthmatic people will get 2 sets of inhalers, pumps. One will be blue or blue and white. That's your salbutamol, aka Ventolin. Most people know that brand. But then you also get another one that might be orange, purple, or brown. Those are your inhaled corticosteroids. Why do you need those? Those are the ones that keep your airway calm, so that it doesn't act up whenever it's exposed to anything. So you know that one extra friend that you have, or that one hearted relative who they just don't know how to keep nothing calm. They just, if something happen, them go from 0 to 100. That's the asthmatic airway. Now, the corticosteroid, the inhaled corticosteroid, and if you're on prednisone or another systemic steroid, is trying to do the same thing. It's trying to keep that airway at a level that, can manage being exposed to a trigger without going haywire. So you want to take those every day. That's why they're prescribed to be taken every day, even if you're not having symptoms at the moment, because it keeps your airway nice and calm, very zen, like it just came from Pilates. Nice calm airway equals able to walk around in the world and not go into a complete asthma attack just because you walk near a tree and some pollen came around you. Fourth one that I hear, and this one is very important, I hope the parents are listening to me with this one and take it serious. Do not stay home and be taking Ventolin for 24, 48, 72 hours. Ventolin is a rescue inhaler, yes, but it can only do so much. If you've been giving 3 doses of Ventolin, 3 sets of Ventolin, and you're not seeing any improvement or it's barely improving, do not stay home and keep giving Ventolin. Take that child to a hospital or to a doctor's office. Why? That person might need some additional support in the form of steroids, in the form of oxygen therapy. You don't know what their pulse ox is like. You don't know what their oxygen saturation is like, at this time. You cannot just be giving Ventolin and staying home with it. And then secondly, you cannot be giving Ventolin without any means of monitoring what it's doing to their heart rate. Ventolin causes your heart rates to increase. If you stay home and you keep giving Ventolin 24 hours straight, you be giving Ventolin every minute, you're going to run into a situation where that poor child is now going to have what we call tachycardia, heart rate through the roof. That can go really bad, really quickly. So please, if you have an asthmatic child at home and you're giving 3 sets of Ventolin and you don't see any movement by the time you give that second one, if you're not seeing like a real relief, you should be putting stuff together to get out of the house before you even start giving that third one. If it gets better, great, but if not, you should be ready to go. Guys, don't play with asthma. You can absolutely die from an asthma attack. I know lots of people have it and are thriving, and it seems like it's just something nice and benign, but it can get ugly. Do not play with asthma, guys.